1,000 homes in one place. What bank would be crazy enough to lend a developer the money to build 17,000 homes or 15,000 homes in one place for which he had no buyers? We were in a suburban country at that time. People thought the whole idea was lunacy. Who's going to want to live in a single-family home when they can live in a city instead? Any of these developers, the only way they could get the capital to build these giant subdivisions was by going to the Federal Housing Administration, submitting their plans for the development, for approval of the construction materials they were going to use, the architectural design, the layout of the streets in the subdivision, and an explicit commitment not to sell a home to an African American required by.
You see, and I'm just playing this video, okay? But the scripture that came to mind right there was roughly paraphrasing. They seek to flee, in Job, it said that they flee. Was it Job? Okay, about Esau fleeing into the wilderness, okay, to be solitary, okay, because here it is. They came to this land, stole this land, all right, from us, all right. And if you don't think that you're dealing with a devil at this point, man, I mean, how could you say color don't matter? How could you be in defense of a people like this, man? Do you think, okay, even if it were the bankers, these Edomites, okay, they had no problem with going along with this policy. They had no problem with going along with this policy. Okay? So how could you fix your lips to say all white people are not bad, man? Okay? In Job it says solitary, they were solitary, they fled out into the wilderness, okay? And nestled among it's a Job and I can't get it right now, but you know what I'm talking about, all right? Same scriptures we hit, all right? Another scripture that comes to mind is they could not they spit in our face, man. This is a spit or a slap in the face, man. This is totally a spit, spitting in our face, man, saying aha, aha, okay? Because here it is, they came into this country, stole this country, all right? Slaughtered the Native Americans, okay? Using bio warfare. What is it? Weapons, biological warfare, okay, chemical warfare, okay, when they came and slaughtered off the North Americans, all right, so-called North Americans, who are the tribe of Gad and Reuben, okay. Then they brought the southern kingdom, okay, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi here to develop this land, okay? Created cities. And you're working side by side with these same devils today, smiling. They're smiling in your face, and they're getting over some other type of way right now. Okay? But you want to go vote and place and be friendly with the damn devil, man. Okay? And now that they've gained, you don't see them in a rush to return to you. Okay, that's why you didn't get the 40 acres and a mule, because they know that you would go back and eventually Jake would return and serve the Most High. See, that's what happened when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai brought Moses out of Egypt. Okay, brought the Israelites out of Egypt. Okay, they went out into the wilderness to serve the Most High, and then they were gone. okay? And Egypt fell. And so the modern day Egyptian, this devil, him, his wife, and his family, okay, for generations, they have sought to keep you down, man. To keep you down, to oppress you, man. And a lot of you are turning turning to their system, to their ways. Yeah, you need them for some things, man. But the ultimate goal is the ultimate release from this prison of the clutches from this devil is through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And this word is the comforter, man. All right, I just had to interject, in this showing. All right, I don't know what I'm going to entitle this, but hey, man, you Jays got to get your heads about your asses. Okay, you got to get your heads about your asses, man. Okay. The way that this so-called white man who's really red, who's really Esau Edom, feels about you, man. He feels no mercy for you. He is the ultimate op. You niggas talking about fucking ops. And this is the fucking op, man. You niggas are out your fucking minds, man. You niggas is out your fucking minds, man. That's why I don't even be, hey, farther away I am from a Jake, man, the better. Okay? Finish playing this, man.
Federal Housing Administration. The Federal Housing Administration even required, as a condition of these guarantees, developers like Levitt to place a clause in the deed of every home prohibiting resale to African Americans or rental to African Americans. These deeds still exist in these homes today. They're no longer enforceable, but they're still there. What was the consequence of this? Well, those homes in those days, in all of these suburbs, they sold for $10,000 or less, $8,000, $9,000 a piece. In today's money, that's less than $100,000, probably $90,000. African Americans who were prohibited, not they didn't want to, not because they didn't like living among whites, they were prohibited from moving into these suburbs, and they could easily afford to do so. Any working class family can afford to buy a home for $90,000, roughly twice national median income. Those homes and developments like that now sell for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 and more. The white families over the next couple of generations gained, you can do the arithmetic, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in equity. They used that equity to send their children to college, to take care of medical emergencies, to take care of economic downturns, most importantly, to bequeath it to their children, who then had down payments for their own homes. African Americans who accumulated none of that wealth as a result of this federal subsidy had none of those abilities. Today, nationwide, African American incomes are on average about 60% of white incomes. African American wealth today is 10% of white wealth. That enormous disparity between a 60% income ratio and a 10% wealth ratio is entirely attributable to unconstitutional federal housing policy practiced in the mid-20th century that has never been remedied. It's a constitutional violation. Of course, it determines the ongoing racial inequalities we have today.